warmer weather today, and it seems like in the sky is actually a bit hazy from the looks of it down here anyways. Maybe I'll know once I fly the drone up. And what's going on today? I guess in terms of drones, you heard about this before where DJI was going to enter the drone delivery, industry, and I guess they unveiled it today. It's called the DJI Flycart 30. So what's the big deal? By the looks of it, it basically has a quick release device on it, so you can actually carry things like a cargo box. It almost looks like one of the regular drones, except they just attached, this device onto it. That's what it seems like anyways. So by the looks of it, they have two different types of scenarios. One where you're flying the drone with the cargo and you can actually land everything on a certain spot. And the other one where they will actually use this retractable device. It's probably more along the lines of something like winged drone delivery that you've seen, where they just fly in the neighborhood and then they drop this line with the actual item and then the people will take it from there. The maximum retractable weight is 40 kilograms with the length of the line, it seems like, about 20 meters. And it is designed, to go through various weather conditions such as the rain, because it says here the IP rating is IP55. Other than that, there wasn't much actually in terms of showcasing this drone in general. And what I found which was kind of weird, was they put this on their site at first, but then afterwards they took it down as of recording this video anyway, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Did they decide, oh, we don't want to show this off immediately? It seems like this is currently being released in China at the moment only for about $17,000. I actually wonder, again, in terms of them going into the drone delivery business, how many places around the world would actually use their drone products, just because of all the geopolitical stuff at the moment, where a lot of places like in the US, they want to ban Chinese-made drones and all that. So maybe that's the reason why too. At the same time, I know some people like you guys even mentioned, with the war and stuff in Russia and Ukraine, will there actually be usages for these drones where people will buy them for those purposes to carry bombs and stuff like that? Who knows? But either way, let's see what happens with this. I'll be surprised actually if you start seeing, quote, DJI drone deliveries around North America, just with all the situation there is currently anyways, again with the geopolitical stuff. And this piece of news was everywhere here. Apparently in the Northwest Territories, there's been a massive wildfire and people have been, getting out of there because of a state of emergency. Look at all the pictures and stuff online. This one says another daytime picture of Fort Smith, New West Territories yesterday. The town has been evacuated. Look how red that is. That doesn't even seem real. You'd think it's like a filter or something from some kind of video program. And as other posts indicate again, basically in the Northwest Territories, it's been declared as a state of emergency. More crazy pictures. So here's an example of the alert. It says Yellowknife residents in Cam Lake, Grace Lake, and Angle Business District are advised to be prepared to evacuate on short notice due to a wildfire in the area. Should you need to evacuate, an order will be issued, which seems like it was the case anyways. As it says on the official sites, Municipal and Community Affairs Minister Shane Thompson is declaring a territorial state of emergency under the Emergency Management Act to allow the government of the Northwest Territories to acquire and deploy the necessary resources to support the management of this unprecedented wildfire season and protect the health and safety of Northwest Territories residents. Wildfire situations in the South Slave and North Slave regions are rapidly evolving and the needs on the ground are changing quickly. Fort Smith and Hay River remain at the risk due to wildfires burning in the South Slave region. Yellowknife is also at an increased risk due to a wildfire approaching from the west. So is this actually spreading through multiple provinces? And just an example of the scope of how big it is, according to this anyways, it says Alberta Northwest Territory wildfires burn area 4 times the size of PEI. Flames creep closer to Yellowknife. This almost reminds me of that other story in the US where they said in Maui, they had that huge fire as well. So it's not as bad from the sounds of it so far in terms of, let's just say, the devastation and all that, but still, kind of makes me wonder, how did this start in general? Because when you think Northwest Territories here in Canada, that's like one of the coldest places around the country. It's like what, -20 or something like that, or less when it comes to the temperature there at times. Maybe in the summer it hits, 25 degrees Celsius. So what's going on here, huh? Hopefully everything gets resolved. And when I thought of things like the wildfire in Maui, this was kind of disheartening to read, but it was kind of expected, where, as you would imagine, a lot of people lost their homes, But because of that, there are some people, for example, I guess land developers or real estate agents that are targeting families in one of those, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. By the way, do you want to sell your land? Like that type of thing. Like this one says, predatory real estate investors are reportedly already eyeing Maui. Many are still missing and the wreckage from the Hawaii fires hasn't even been sorted through. But Lahaina locals say they are hearing from interested home buyers. That's pathetic in my opinion. It kind of reminds me of some real estate agents where when there's a passing in a family, for example, they would actually go up to the families in mourning in one of those, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. By the way, do you need to sell their house right away? That type of thing. Like, what in the world? And it reminds me of like fake gurus and all that again when it comes to certain things like, oh, I don't make this up, so sorry, but I have this course and stuff to sell you and all that. Like, what in the world? That did raise some interesting topics too, as people are still wondering, how did this fire start and why didn't people in that area get that much warning ahead of time, or if any? And apparently there was a dispute of sort with land where people didn't want to sell it, so people are kind of theorizing, could that be one of the reasons why this happened and all that? Other than that, in terms of why the fire started, the only thing that I read, which might actually sound plausible, because in some of the pictures they say the fire is in a circular, I guess, shape, and you'll be wondering, that doesn't seem natural in a circular shape. They're saying it's because of down power lines or something like that, and they didn't turn off the power. That's the claim anyways, but either way, I think people deserve answers, huh? What's going on in those cases? Alright, see you guys later.